Hello, I'm Jason Inman.
I'm Ashley Victoria Robinson.
Welcome. We are here to talk about the major DC comic movie news that happened today. The announcement and all these weird rumors of Henry Cavill possibly no longer being Superman. We're going to talk our way through it. We're going to give some theories. But of course, we have to give a shout out to what this video was brought to, because Superman is a comic book character. I don't know if you know that, Ashley.
It's a true fact. I believe that is true.
And speaking of comic books, we make comic books. We are writing an original graphic novel called Science. It is on Kickstarter right now at sciencecomicbook.com. Or in case you don't like URLs, you can go straight to Kickstarter and type it up. It is an 80-page graphic novel. Basically, imagine Harry Potter meeting science school, and Harry Potter wants to kill Dumbledore. What's that about? What? We have a lot of great rewards, but we need your help to make this comic book, and this great Kickstarter is the only place you can get this original graphic novel. So head on over to sciencecomicbook.com. Okay, so Ashley, there's a lot of rumors about Henry Cavill. Do you know the basic thing? This came out from a Hollywood Reporter article this morning, very early this morning. Go ahead and talk about it a little bit.
So, Hollywood Reporter is claiming that not only is Henry Cavill's Superman not going to be showing up in Shazam
like
due to scheduling conflict, that he's not really on the schedule for anything that's coming up at DC.
Yeah.
Now, nobody came out and said that he's out of the role. This and then there's two statements that follow this just say that he's kind of no longer involved in anything in active development. In fact, there's a quote from THR that says, "We have a great relationship and great respect for Henry Cavill that continues to remain unchanged. Additionally, we have no current decisions regarding any upcoming Superman films." And the internet went insane.
Like they should. Like they would. This is a big deal.
This is a non-story. This is
what? Ashley, but I'm on Twitter, and
I know.
I think that when the color of a poster turns from blue to green, that means that Frodo is suddenly becoming a major player in the MCU.
I mean, I can only hope that Frodo does become a major player in the MCU, from your words to the cinematic god's ears. More Frodo, but this is somebody at Warner's who knows something and spoke out of turn to someone from THR. But there's no confirmation from his reps. Henry Cavill's reps fired back. Henry Cavill made a weird video firing back.
Well, let's talk about this. So Henry Cavill, so this whole day, basically, this report came out from the Hollywood Reporter that really isn't confirmed by anybody. Like Warner Brothers starting saying things. Hollywood Reporter is sort of claiming this. Every website basically ran the article, Henry Cavill's done as Superman, which is why I think it broke Twitter today, because everybody was like, what?
Yeah.
Then Henry Cavill releases this Instagram video, which I cannot show on screen because I'm not that technically savvy, but Henry Cavill basically shows a toy of Superman and then puts it down.
Kind of bows his head, and he has a Krypton shirt
and the caption says, "Wasn't today fun?"
Or today was exciting, something like that.
Yeah. So, again, there's nothing here. Let's talk about this. Ashley, let's go crazy town right here.
Yeah, sure.
What if this is true? Let's just say it is. Real quick. Do we think this is true?
My personal theory is that this is true.
Oh, you think he's done?
I do. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm sad by it, but I do think it's true. We recently had a big regime change in the DC Films section of WB. We have no movies confirmed
after Wonder Woman 2.
Past Wonder Woman. There's all these Birds of Prey is happening, and Ava DuVernay's Fourth World is happening, and Flash is happening, according to Jeff Johns. But none of these are in active development. None of them are casting. None of them have been written. I think this regime change has come in, and they've said, we're going to stop after Wonder Woman 2.
Yep.
I think we're done. And I think this was someone speaking out of turn to someone at THR who didn't have their back, who ran this into a big story. And I think if it's not, I think this is going to split Henry Cavill for them, because you as the actor, or you as the actor's rep, this is such poor treatment.
Yeah.
And Henry Cavill, as the lead of their universe, does not deserve this. And this comes out one day after the announcement that he's going to be leading the Witcher series. He's got a ton of work. He doesn't need to be Superman
I mean, he's going to
anymore.
be in the next 5 Mission Impossible movies.
He's a bona fide movie star. He's likely going to be up for the next James Bond because he was almost James Bond the last time.
Yep.
He doesn't need WB needs him
more than they
more. And I think that if they weren't intending to break with him and to let his Superman lie, I think it's going to happen now. Unfortunately,
I honestly think that this article is rumor mongering. I don't think it's true. I do think it is somebody. I think this is the problem with internet journalism that we have right now, where people will just post anything to get clicks. Like we saw these articles where it's like Michael B. Jordan might be Superman, which would be cool. I would love to see Michael B. Jordan as President Superman from the Grant Morrison run, or Val Zod from Earth 2.
How come Michael B. Jordan is the actor who gets to play in every universe?
I don't know. I honestly think that there must have been some other interview where Michael B. Jordan was like, "I'd love to be play Superman."
You know what? I think he probably had a meeting at WB. And so now he's up to be Superman.
So there's this thing of, I don't think this is true. I think that there is no thing about this exit of Superman or anything like that. The comic source says, Jason, are you available to play Superman? I would love to.
Bearded Superman?
I got to start working out right now. And I'll see you in a year.
Jason, I'm really hoping that they're going to cast you as a flashback young Commander Riker in the Picard series. That's what I'm hoping for your future.
Oh man, I hope so. I'm the same age. I'm around the same age that Jonathan Frakes was playing. This is a completely different subject. But hashtag Jason Inman for Soups, Kevin Durant. I love it. But what I think this is, and I told you this earlier. There's a story very similar to when Bryan Cranston was trying out for the part of Breaking Bad. Vince Gilligan wanted him. AMC did not believe that he was correct. They were like the dad from Malcolm in the Middle. Bryan Cranston was actually tied to be into another project. He had his agents leak the project to the Hollywood Reporter, and then immediately AMC hired him. So I wonder if this is negotiations to be in Shazam, to be in another Man of Steel 2.
Because there's still lots of time for Shazam to do a quick cameo reshoot.
They could reshoot in February and still be able to make it in that movie. So I wonder if this is their negotiations broke down, and this is Warner Brothers' power play to be like, we don't need you, Henry. We're going to fire you. But I think you're slightly correct that I think this is going to backfire on them.
Yeah.
I think Henry Cavill cares so much about Superman that's what that video is. I think that video is Henry Cavill being like, I was fired. Nobody told me. I don't know how to process this. So I'm going to put a strange video on Instagram. I think this article, I think Henry Cavill was in to do more. They're working out the numbers and figures. WB doesn't want to pay him. Of course, he wants more money because he was just in a very successful movie, Mission Impossible 6. And I think that these articles, basically being like, you're done, might be the straw that broke the camel's back. This might be the thing that, I agree with you, that Henry Cavill might be like, F you. I'm done.
It's interesting, too, because there was an interview that kind of went a little under the radar. Ray Fisher said that he's not holding his breath to come back as Cyborg. And especially since we know that there's going to be a Cyborg in the Titans show who's been cast by another actor. I'm sorry I don't remember his name. It's interesting that both of this news broke on the same day.
Let's talk about this real quickly. If this is true, if we do not get another Henry Cavill Superman movie, I'm going to honestly say that I'm upset by this. I'm very upset by this because damn, do I think he is such a great Kurt Swan Superman. Now, I've seen reports over and over and over where people were like, he was a great Superman, but he didn't have the material to live up to him. Now, I get that. He has been in very, very problematic movies. I like Man of Steel.
So do I.
I like Man of Steel, and I think Man of Steel only has 2 problems. Man of Steel's 2 problems are the way they kill Pa Kent, and then the 20-minute buildings just falling into rubble.
It's a long movie, and it feels long.
That's it. Cavill, in the last 20 minutes of Justice League, is amazing. He is Grant Morrison's Superman come to life. So to not give him Man of Steel 2 or another movie where he could be in Superman, even Justice League 2, to me is it's like robbing Daniel Craig of a James Bond movie after Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, where like you got one really good one and then one kind of crappy one that's really mixed, and then you're just like, you're fired.
I do think it's interesting because he's now been Superman 3 times.
Man of Steel,
BBS,
and
Justice League.
Yep, sorry, I had to just I don't know why I had to count that.
Which is interesting because it's so close to maths are hard, guys.
Yep.
It's so close to him having been Superman the same amount of times as Chris Reeve.
He's one movie short.
And I think a lot of us were hoping that he would go longer than that.
Or
now,
at least tie.
Not all of them have been Superman : subtitle of this movie.
Yep.
It has been BBS, it has been Justice League, but he's had a good run at Superman, and he's been Superman more than Brandon Routh ever was.
Well, sure. Brandon Routh got one.
So.
Comic Source in the says, we need to have a Man of Steel talk, Jason. More than 2 problems. I would respectively disagree. Again, it's not a movie for everybody, but again, I hate to do this. I'm gonna throw out my my Superman. They throw the male anatomy part out. I'm gonna mansplain a little bit here. I'm a boy from Kansas. I grew up on a farm. I love Superman. I love Superman.
Yeah.
You know. Also, the other thing I would make an argument for anybody that's like, Man of Steel is not my Superman, and I'm not saying that's you, Comic Source, because I love you and I love our conversations. A lot of it is that Superman is one of these characters that he has so many different origins. Look at Superman Birthright. Look at Superman Man of Steel. Look at Superman Secret Origins. Look at Superman the animated series. Look at Superman the movie Christopher Reeve. Look at the Golden Age. None of them are the same.
Yeah.
And Superman acts differently in all of them. So if the argument is that Superman doesn't act like Superman and Man of Steel, I call bubkiss on that, because Superman doesn't act like Superman in every origin. It's a new interpretation. It's different. And it's not 1978 anymore, and he shouldn't like Christopher Reeve.
And I've said that on our podcast Geek History lesson a couple times. I think Superman cinematically arrested with Superman
which is
the
a valid
movie.
point.
And I think it's been to the detriment of every Superman movie that's come past. It's a wonderful movie. It deserves to be lauded. Christopher Reeve is perfection in it as a Silver Age Superman, but it's problematic in the character's development.
I'm also going to put out this controversial topic, or what did they think? Hot take? What is the Twitter thing? Controversial opinion? I'm going to put out this controversial opinion. I'm so tired of debating Man of Steel, a movie that came out in 2013, every single time we have to talk about Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I'm really tired of it.
I'd get on that. I feel the same way about Star Trek Into Darkness.
Yeah.
I'm sick that every time we talk about the Kelvinverse, we're fighting about whether that's a good movie or not.
But Ashley, we didn't talk about you did talk about how you'd be sad if Henry Cavill left,
I would be very sad if Henry Cavill left. I have been a fan of Henry Cavill since The Tudors. Way back in the day. Nice Canadian production. I think he's wonderful. However, if he is not going to be Superman anymore, then I'm excited to see what he goes on to next.
I mean,
give me Man from Uncle.
Well, I think the sequel would be Man from Grandpa.
Why not Man from Auntie?
Oh, sure, we could go that. I'd be down for that, sure. I mean, Henry Cavill's not going to be bothered by this because he's a movie star and he's good looking. I'd marry him. Yeah, don't be so heteronormative. I'd marry the man.
He can take care of you. He's very rich.
I mean, yes, he's very rich. And if Henry Cavill walked up to me and said, Jason, come away with me, because he's British, I would just be like, that's what I would do.
I'd be like, it was nice knowing you. Good luck. Send me a Christmas gift.
Yeah, I don't know.
It would be disappointing. I think everyone agrees, whether you loved any of his material previously, we all agree that he was great in the part. He's a great casting choice. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
It would be disappointing. It would be disappointing if ultimately this winds up to be a bunch of BS.
Which I think it is.
That caused the break, because this is disrespectful.
It is.
The bottom line is a disrespectful way to treat an actor, especially the star of your franchise.
I mean, I think if it's not dead already, because I think it might be, this is the death knell of the DCEU. 100%. If it's not dead already.
I think you're probably right. I think the only chance we have at seeing any more movies in this style, if Wonder Woman 2...
Or in this universe. The style's done.
Wonder Woman 2 kills it,
sure,
which it probably will, we might get a trilogy for Patty Jenkins, but that'll be it.
But they won't be connected to anything. It'll
be connected to the Wonder Woman movie continuity, but it will not tie into the larger... No.
Yeah.
But I think that might be the only other movie that we get out of the current standing as we understand it.
Yes.
So.
Jeremy Skinner in the chat just said Jason William Cavill. That is correct. I would take his name. Henry, I'm here. I have a lovely beard, and I can talk. I could make you feel like Superman has never left, because I won't stop talking about Superman. So, call me.
I want to be at your wedding.
Hashtag What would be our shipper name? Genry?
Genry.
Or would it be Hasten? Genry or Hasten? Which one would that be?
Well, he's got no.
Let's
offense,
start that campaign.
He's got more star power, so I think
he gets
Genry is because you get more, more of the sound of his name.
Oh, you don't think he'd go first because of the H?
No, I think.
Who would have thought this is what the video would turn into, everybody?
Someone please send us fan art.
Genry.
#
Genry. Henry Cavill. I'm very sad. I'm very sad about that. Somebody said that Henry Cavill is already married. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, polyamory.
Don't be so suburban. Don't be so suburban. So who thought about this? Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I understand why this broke the internet. This is big news, and I think this confirms what we kind of already knew already, that for some reason Warner Brothers executives and everything like that just cannot get it together. Either their publicity team, their publicity team.
A lot of this lies with publicity.
Sucks.
A lot of it.
I mean, you're very lovely over there. I've worked with several of you before, but
you can be nice people, and it can still be. I would say the same thing about
what is going on.
The DC film division.
What is going on?
A bit of a mess right now.
Yeah.
As much as I've seen all of them, I will see all of them. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
This is messy, and it's not a good look.
Yeah. This is not. This is not a good way to run a major $1 million franchise. So, anyways, so there you go. These are our thoughts on Henry Cavill, maybe never being on Man of Steel 2, but possibly being a future husband of mine. Going into a question in the chat, Langley M. Neely says, how long is the Science Kickstarter up for? By the way, our comic book Science is on Kickstarter for the next month. That's how long Kickstarters run. It is the only way you can order our original graphic novel, co-written by us with art by Des Pittman, with an amazing cover by, who is it, Ashley?
Becca Farrow.
That's right. ScienceComicBook.com is the easy peasy way to go over there. We need your support to make this comic book happen. It's the only way this comic book is going to happen. And we have a lot of cool perks, including script reviews by professional comic book writers like Tom King from Batman, Cullen Bunn from X-Men,
Shay Fontana from Wonder Woman,
and all that other stuff. So go over that Kickstarter. Help us out. Thank you so much for watching this late night live stream. We might do some more of these during the week as long as the Kickstarter is going. We'll see if anything else breaks, but we had to talk about Superman, and I had to make my marriage proposal known. I am Jason Inman.
I'm Ashley Victoria Robinson.
Thank you so much for watching, and Henry, call